of knowledge, but formation of character. Good morning to one and all present here. On behalf of Sindhi College, I, Professor Priya Hari, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, deemed it an honor to welcome you all for this guest lecture. It is my privilege to welcome our principal, Dr. B.S. Shrikanta, for this wonderful session. It is an honor to welcome our Vice Principal, Professor N. Asha, for her great support in organizing this event. I would like to welcome our guest speaker, Mr. Kiran Kumar, for this event. I would also like to welcome our head of the department, Professor Radhika, and assistant head, Professor Hemalata, to this session. Last but not the least, I would like to welcome all the faculty members and our dear students for this session. Hope you all will gain valuable knowledge from this event. Now, I call upon Professor Hemalata, Assistant HOD, to introduce the guest speaker. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning to one and all. I am Hemalata, Assistant HOD and Associate Professor from Department of Computer Science. Feel privileged to introduce today's guest speaker. Mr. Kiran Kumar is the Assistant Professor and Program Head of MBA in IFIM College. He is a postgraduate in Finance and has a Master's in Commerce. In addition, he has completed CFA Level 1 and CMA Intermediate Level. He has cleared UGC NET exam and is pursuing PhD in VTU Belgaum. He has also secured a university rank during his bachelor's degree from Mysore University. He has a total experience of 15 years in corporate, teaching, research, and consulting. He has worked with HSBC as Associate Vice President Premier. Later on, he pursued his passion of training and research in the field of finance for nearly 8 years. He has been conducting FDPs and workshops in the areas of learning analytical tools like MS Excel and R for corporate academicians and students. He has been associated with several organizations like Foundation for Research, Education and Development, Step Up Strategic Consulting Services, and many more. A very warm welcome to Mr. Kiran Kumar, the guest speaker of the day. Now, I hand over the session to Mr. Kiran Kumar. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Can you please confirm if I'm audible?
Yes, sir.
Clearly? Okay, great. Thank you for the very nice introduction, and thank you, Sindhi College, for this great opportunity to interact with your students. I hope this session will be valuable for all the students, especially because I'm targeting some value addition to all the students who are attending this session. And without wasting much time, I guess we have like for 50 minutes now, 1 hour. 1 hour we have, I think. This is a session for 1 hour, right?
Yes, sir. You can.
Yes. So, yeah, correct. So, till 12 o'clock. Yeah, fine. So, I've packaged it in such a way. Before I begin, I want to set some expectations that you can have from this particular small session that we're going to have. This is more intended from, kind of introducing this new emerging field called business analytics to the student community who are at the verge of deciding their next career goal, career aspiration. So that's why I just don't want to talk about business analytics as a space. I also want to talk about how you as a student, I understand we have BCA students mostly in this particular crowd. So how the BCA student can find himself a space in this particular domain of what is called as business analytics. All right. So I'm going to demystify the word business analytics because it's been overrated. I mean, being in the field, I'm telling you, the word business analytics is being highly overrated in the world out there. It is actually not that big, okay? And it is also not new, to be honest with you. It is not new. In fact, when I started okay, by the way, for most of your information, I haven't learned business analytics as a qualification anywhere. I have learned it on my own. All right. I have developed my own expertise on my own. Now, why I'm telling you that is not to boast about myself, but to tell you that business analytics is something which all of us can learn. It is not a specific qualification or a specific, born talent that you have to come with to be a business analyst. It is your understanding of the business, which is most important. and understanding of certain tools and techniques. That's all which any one of us can pick up if with a decent IQ and acumen, intelligence acumen that we can have. All right. So with that small background, I want to tell you my expectation is that by the end of this 1 hour session that you're going to be attending, you will know what is business analytics, what it deals with. Okay. And it is not something which we cannot learn. All right. I think that is where I want to conclude. I hope if I'm able to meet this objective, my 1 hour and all of your 1 hour 60 minutes that you're spending with me will be all of us will be greatly benefited. All right. So with that, let me proceed further. And I will be going as a presenter. I would love to have interactions with the students. But again, I also have a lot of things to talk to you. So I'll be going as a presentation. But anyone who want to talk to me, please put a message. I will check the messages, chat messages once in 10 minutes. Plus in between, if somebody can unmute and you want me to talk on something else which is related to this, please unmute yourself and let me know. All right. Otherwise, it will go on as a presentation. Okay. This is what largely I will be talking about. Okay. Looks a huge agenda, but it's all interconnected. Okay. So you don't have to really get scared. So what is business analytics? Okay. What is business analytics? One of the things that I have come to realize after having spent a lot of time in learning business analytics through various books, through various online material, various experiments, various consulting projects that I've been, I think business analytics is simply what we used to earlier call as research. Okay, all of us would have heard the word research. Okay, we all have been doing research. Businesses were doing research earlier also. Say, for example, how would a company introduce a new product? Correct. Let's talk about 1990s, 1980s. How would a business introduce a new product? Would they simply introduce a new product just like that? No, right? They would have done some customer analysis. They would have understood what a customer requires, what might appeal to him, understand his problem, convert that problem into some developable solution, and accordingly develop the product. Correct. That is how they would have developed. So in this process, understanding the consumer was happening through research. Correct. So research was already there. Research-based decisions were being taken from businesses even earlier. It's just that the word that we started using, the buzzword I would want to call, called business analytics, has started gaining momentum in the last few years. All right. Plus, it also appeals. Okay, business analytics makes more sense when we talk about, instead of saying research. Research has a broader understanding. Business analytics has a very specific application. How can I maximize the profit of a business using the data that is available, which is that simple. That is business analytics. I want to start directly with an example. All of us know about Netflix. Okay, I'm sure most of us have subscription of Netflix also. Even if you don't have a subscription, let me explain to you. This is the Netflix screen. Okay, by the way, I have Netflix at home, and this is typically how my Netflix screen appears. When I switch on my TV or my mobile app of Netflix, this is what appears. It is showing me Money Heist in the top banner. Then there are some suggestions here which are coming. All right. Now, if you see, can you see this? There is this Money Heist, then there is something called Great Act, and then there's something called, I Am Mother, Apocalypse. Sorry. Okay. So these are the suggestions it is giving me. Trust me, when I open Netflix of somebody else's login, let's say when I go to my friend's place, he gives me the TV remote control and I open the Netflix. There the screen at the same time will not appear like this. For him, some suggestions will be from some other genre of the movie or some other genre of the series. It will be presenting. So then what is happening? Okay, how are they able to give me this output when I, because basically when I search for Netflix, I don't decide on a movie and go to Netflix. Especially unlike when we go to watch a movie, we decide on the movie and we won't watch a movie. No, we buy a ticket for that. It's not that you go to the movie theater and sit and hope that something will come up and you will see. No, right? You decide. But in Netflix or a OTT platform, it doesn't work that way. What happens here is you go there and to search, and whichever appeals good, either the color combination or the name or the description or the actor's face, I don't know, maybe trailer, okay, whatever is there, based on a lot of factors, you get an appeal towards it and you will buy it. I mean, you will rather subscribe and you'll start watching it. Correct? No? This is what happens. Now, Netflix has a huge data analytics that has happened in the background for the last, I don't know, they started in 2005 as per one of the article. And actually, I've given the link to this article. I wish I could have presented the whole article to you. That itself will take an hour's time here. But anyways, you can access that article and read that. I would personally suggest you to do that. So where they say from 2005 till date, and even on an ongoing basis, they are continuously studying the way we are watching Netflix, and accordingly they modify the algorithm in such way that, because I'll give you some examples. Okay, this example, let us see. There is this web series called House of Cards in Netflix. Okay, now before they launched House of Cards, I think this was launched in 2016. Before they launched House of Cards, they had done study, okay, of David Fincher's movies. David Fincher is the producer of House of Cards. He's also famous for having produced the movie Social Networks, produced and directed the movie Social Network. Social Network is that movie about Facebook, right? So he has, it's been observed that a lot of users have watched Social Network from the beginning to end. Okay, and the British version of House of Cards was, watched. It was a successful version. Then they also had information about those who watched British version of House of Cards also watched Kevin Spacey films, who also happens to be the director of House of Cards here. Correct? So now with this information, what they've done is they have customized for whom House of Cards will appear on their front screen. Okay, say for example, my own Netflix login has some 5 different logins. My son has a login of his own. Okay, my wife has one, and I have given it one for my friend. So 5 different logins. Each one, when we log in, we see a different screen. Okay, as I told you, I get this kind of a screen because I generally keep watching, crime, fiction, thriller kind of movies. I watch documentaries. These are the kind of, when my son is watching, naturally kid-based movies will keep coming in. Now, let me tell you, there is a lot of study that has happened by Netflix. What they've done is they have noted down when a user who's watching, let's say, a Money Heist series has paused it, rewinded, and fast forwarded a movie, what moment, okay, what content has been watched, that has been tracked, okay, the date when we watched, okay, what time we watched the content, what is the time. It is observed that people watch web series during the weekdays, and on the weekends they watch movies. Okay, now that's something which is a revelation. Okay, when was a particular scene was watched, within a series or an episode or a movie, there are certain time when the movie has been watched, they would have rewinded and watched it again, or they would have forwarded and come to that point and watched. So that means what worked there. Okay, what are the ratings given, what did they search for, what did people search for, did they search using the actor's name, did they search using the name of the genre, okay, or did they directly search for the name of the series, or let's say. So like this, see, I'm not talking about they're tracking you and all that. It's not that data privacy thing that I'm talking about. I'm talking about Netflix on a constant basis. They're studying the user pattern, okay, using which they're able to customize their algorithm and present it to the user. So that way, what happens? Every user gets a extremely high satisfaction in consuming Netflix. I can tell you that. I'm sure those who have used Netflix versus having used any other OTT platform will agree that almost everything that appears on your front screen, the first top 10 suggestions will be something which you would want to watch. That way they make you hook on. It is that is one of the main reasons why Netflix is successful. They say that they have 33 million versions of Netflix. Now, why am I taking so much time in telling you this? Okay. Also relate this with, let's say, for example, I don't know how many of you have done this. A simple thing. Say you search for some formal blazers. Okay. You search for Louis Philippe blazers in Google or Amazon. You search for it. Okay. And after that, I can tell you, for the next 1 month's time or 2 months time, you will only keep seeing, whichever website you go, in the banner ads, you will only keep seeing Myntra, Flipkart suggesting you these things. Okay. So of course, you are all computer literate students. You do understand what might have gone behind, right? They would have used the cookies to capture and target the audience. Now, when they're targeting the audience also, how are they able to do it? Correct. Now, these are all the simple examples I'm trying to give you to tell you what business analytics is. Business analytics is this. Okay, one of the applications is just one of the application I'm giving you, because it will be interesting to know about these kind of things. So I took this example. Not just that, business analytics is pervasive in every other industry. Okay, what is business analytics? How can I simply put it? Firstly, you have lots of data. Okay, you search in Google right now, also you can do it. Search in Google what happened in last 60 minutes. I wish I could have put that slide here. What happened in last 60 minutes? You will find that there are some 6 million Facebook posts, there are some 10 million Twitters, some 1 million YouTube videos uploaded. You get these numbers, crazy numbers. That means what? Every minute, every second, there's a lot of data that is getting generated. Okay, now with that data, okay, there are some tools and techniques available which will help us to interpret the data, okay, using which you can get certain business insights. And as I told you, business wants to earn profit, make profits. So for that, they use data, process it using the tools and techniques. And now this is where you come into picture. You are a business analyst or an expert comes into picture, wherein he will try to he will come with that skill of reading a data, using a tool and technique, and coming out with business insights. When I say business insights, think of it as ideas. The idea of Netflix is an idea. Like what I saw, what we just showed you is an idea, isn't it? Okay. So this is what is business analytics. Of course, there is a formal definition. It is a BA supported by Microsoft Excel, SAS, Minitab, R, Python, SQL, etc. There are a lot of tools which are available. Okay, depending on application area. It is used across organization for things like customer relationship management. Like the Netflix example was a customer. You're modifying the customer experience, isn't it? Okay, financial markets use extreme level of studies done, analytical work processes for deciding on which stock to buy, which mutual fund is performing better, okay, what will be the expected gold price, etc. Human employee management, human capital management, studying employee satisfaction. Okay, I want to introduce a new employees benefit scheme. So before that, I want to ensure that the scheme will work. Okay, supply chain activities. If supply chain basically means how the raw materials are sourced and delivered and used and converted to finished goods. That entire chain of activities, decisions relating to productions, operations. These are all typical. If you have actually look at it, these are all domains of functional domains of business. Okay, in almost every domain, business analytics is being used. Simple. Businesses were already doing finance. They were already taking employee decisions. They were taking decisions relating to marketing. They were taking decisions relating to finance, operations, supply chain, systems, etc. Now what we are doing, because now the tools are available and there's a lot of data available, we are able to do it much better now. Okay, that's what is business analytics. That's where business analytics fits in. But it's not really easy. Okay, it's not that easy. Unfortunately, the data what you get will not always be clean data. Clean data means everything, it comes in a particular format. It's all well organized, no missing values, no duplicate values, nothing. Okay, that is called a clean data. Sometimes you also get cluttered data. Okay, cluttered data means it is not necessarily in the format that you want to understand. Okay, and then you may also have garbage data. So garbage data means something like, for example, you have Amazon. Okay, you go to Amazon website or Amazon app that you may have. I'm talking about the e-commerce website, Flipkart, Amazon. Every product, there are reviews, right? There'll be like thousands of reviews about the product. Now, those reviews, who are giving those reviews? Users are giving those reviews. Let's say, for example, I bought a blazer, recently, and I was happy about it. I went there and I wrote. What did I write? I wrote, I just got the delivery of my blazer. It came on time, and I'm very happy about it. Correct? Now, this is exactly what I wrote. Okay. Now, another user will not write like this. He might have also been happy, but he says the service of Amazon was good. He might just end there. So now this is a garbage data. Why I'm saying it's a garbage data? Because it is not in a structured format. I'm using a word happy. He's using a word good. Somebody is using a word worst. Somebody is using a word pathetic. Correct? There is no structure, right? What is a structured data? When Amazon asks you for feedback, then they'll give you 1 to 5 rating and ask you to give a rating. So there you are giving a rating, isn't it? That will be a clean data, cluttered data, structured data. But a review, what I write is unstructured. But trust me, that is also useful. I want to understand, as Amazon or the blazer manufacturer, I want to understand what customers are feeling, where customers are finding my product not so good. Accordingly, I can modify my proceed with my new product development, etc. Right? So when you get that, you might have to fight with the data. You might want to. This is where skill comes in. Okay, if it was easy like what I showed you earlier, if it was a clean data that is coming up, you actually don't need a person. See, this is where a human intervention is required. Okay, if every data was coming, in a cleanest form, okay, then you don't need a human. You don't need an expert like you or me who need to work on the data. They need a human, okay, an analyst, to work on the unstructured data. Trust me, 90% of the data that comes will not be in the form that you would require. Okay, definitely it requires transformation. All right, so you do that, and even after that also, what you get need not be business insights. You might get some noise also. I was just doing one analysis. I don't know how many of you know about stock markets. Okay, in stock markets, what we do is we try to predict the stock price. Correct? We try to predict the stock price. We try to predict the stock price. When we are predicting the stock price, what we do is we take the, let's say, what is the expected GDP growth rate, and if the GDP growth rate is expected to go like this, what will be the stock price of or Nifty price? Correct. So basically, I take one variable which might have an influence on another variable, right? So I connect it. So one of the research I read, one of the study done in some US university, is that they have taken the sun rising time every day morning, okay, on the working day, what time sun rises, okay, sometimes 6 o'clock, sometimes 6:05, 60, okay. Then they have taken the latitude and longitude of the market participants, some information they have taken, and they have tried to predict the Nifty price, and they proved that the sun rising time has an influence on how the market will perform that day. Trust me, I don't believe in that at all. As a market participant, I also trade in stocks. I don't believe in that logic, but people have proved that. Correct? That means what? There is a lot of nonsense insights that will also come. So again, a human intervention is required. That is where you come in picture again. Correct? That's where a business analyst is required. Because if you develop a software which will take the data, process it, and give me a graph, okay, there is a chance that the data is not clean. There's a chance that it's only a noise which is coming, which is not a business insight. Correct? So that is where a business analyst's role, comes into picture. Okay. So what are the applications of business analytics? See, that's what I want to tell you. We're talking about career for all of us, right? See, most of the students from our college, who IFIM college, IFIM B school, many B schools for that matter, who have done MBA in business analytics. Okay. For them, there is no one single industry that they need to get into. Okay, let's say, for example, if somebody does a course on, let's say, stock markets, he can only go into stock market, correct? But when you do a course on business analytics, okay, especially an MBA and a business analytics, for you, almost every industry is an open area. Like, for example, BFSI, banking, financial services industry. Okay, there also they need business analysts, wherein they need people who can do analysis of the borrowers, credit card, loans, home loans. There is an analytics algorithm for prediction and prevention of credit card frauds, okay, credit risk modeling. Then manufacturing industry also requires business analytics. Retailers also require business, pharma sector, tourism, sports industry uses analytics to the core, okay, predicting the performance of the players, okay, game strategy, pricing the tickets, IPL ticket prices. There's a big case on IPL ticket pricing using analytics, all right. Marketing agencies, digital marketing, social media marketing. We all know about social media marketing, right? So there also, see, what I'm trying to tell you is, as a business analyst, you are not just looking for some software company. There is no company which is a business analytics company. Every company has a business analytics division, like how we had, every company has a marketing division, every company has an operations division, every company has a finance division. Now every company will have a analyticals division, and there they would need business analyst. Okay, of course, there are also companies which are expertising in business analytics. That is also there. But this is the trend that is going on. Every company, one of the recent placements I have had of one of my own student previously last year, he was recruited by this company, Lifestyle. Lifestyle. So they have a huge department of analytics, and their only job is to keep observing the trends of consumer buying, and the shelf spacing will be, shelf display will be based on the their algorithm that they plan for. Okay, what customers are checking. He was saying they even sometimes they do a random checking. They take a video, a CCTV video, and try to watch what product is a consumer buying, and before buying that, how many products did he compare, and where he felt this product is good for him. Okay, these level of analytics that they do. All right. There's one more example. Walmart, for example, in US. Okay, not Walmart, the players in Walmart. So to people to understand what is happening during this COVID situation, what happened, COVID scenario, they were tracking what is the level of activity that was happening in Walmart. Okay, to understand what is happening through the GPS technology. They were trying to see how many trucks were coming and going in the loading unloading bay of the Walmart stores across US. Okay, there somebody has done that study to understand the level of activity, okay, that's happening in the industry. All right, so that's the level to which business analytics can play a role. Simple types of business analytics, there are three. Okay, there is one: descriptive analytics, predictive analytics, and prescriptive analytics. Okay, remember this. I'm going to ask you a question at the end of this session. One of you need to answer. Descriptive analytics basically means you are trying to explain what happened. Okay, for example, things like what was the sales last, how many people bought this product. Okay, in the Netflix example also, how much time did the users in Bangalore watched this particular Kannada, I don't know, Tamil movie or something like that. Correct? What happened? Explaining that using some visualization tools is descriptive statistics or descriptive analytics. Predictive analytics is what might happen. Can you project what might happen? Okay, what might be the sales? What might be the price? Correct? That is predictive analytics. Then you have prescriptive analytics. Okay, a prescriptive analytics is what should be done. Okay, I mean, is there a way in which we can modify what is going to happen? Okay, so can I do this such that the sales can go up? Correct? Can I introduce, let's say, a discount offer? Giving a discount offer will increase the sales. Correct? So this is called what should we do? Okay, so prescriptive analytics. Okay, so I just explained to you this. Okay, you would have heard a lot of buzzwords, right? Don't tell me you have not heard of any of these words. Data analytics, business intelligence, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data, data science, predictive analytics, advanced analytics. All I'm saying is not important. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying they are not important. I'm saying the words are not important. End of the day, all of them fit into one word called business analytics. Okay. Of course, there's also another big word called data science. Okay. Now that goes more into the programming part of it. That goes more into the development part of it. Right. Data science is a parent, I would say, discipline. Business analytics is a spin-off from them. Okay, so as a business analyst or a business analytics as a division, it uses the tools given by data science to take decisions on the business related things. All right, so artificial intelligence, machine learning, I'm sure it's not a new word to especially you guys. Okay, you all know artificial intelligence. Now let me tell you how AI, one example of how AI is being used for a business decision. Insurance industry, we all know about motor vehicles and all that, insurance, right? Now the trend which is coming up, which already implemented in Germany, US, China and all that, over a period of time in India also it will come. See, in India, what is the kind of, how do we pay insurance premium? We pay insurance premium by like I have a four-wheeler whose value is 4 lakh rupees, and insurance company gives me a quote. I pay that premium in advance. Correct? No? Now what the trend coming up is pay per kilometer. That means like electricity bill, insurance bill also gets generated once in a month. Okay, so that depends on how many kilometers you drove the car in and what all the risks that you've taken. Based on that, the insurance bill will get generated. Now, how are they doing that? What they're doing is, as soon as you apply for an insurance company with such a company, they will give you one device to be fitted in your car. Okay, you fit that device in your car. That device will keep tracking your the speed at which you're driving, the number of people who are driving in the car, the kind of roads that you're taking. Okay, and also the overall efficiency of the engine. It captures different parameters, and using which it will give a score, okay, a user score, which gets converted into the risk parameter. See, end of the day, insurance company wants premium to cover the risk it is taking. So if you are a very good, extremely good driver, the chances of you meeting with an accident is very less. Naturally, you will be charged a lesser insurance premium compared to somebody who is a rash driver, takes all the shortcuts, not using the car in a most efficient way. So naturally, he will be charged higher. Okay. Now, this is being possible because AI is being used, artificial intelligence is being used to track. Now, as you go along, it's going to get more and more efficient, isn't it? Okay, so that's one of the example I could think of. All right. So very quickly, what is the analytics life cycle that we can understand? There is this model called CRISP-DM, called Cross Industry Standard Process for Data Mining. Okay, so I'm going to go through each one, with simple examples. Okay, for example, your analytics process starts with business understanding. First of all, you need to have a business problem. You're always doing business. Oh, guys, Akash, I can read your message. You're not liking my presentation. You're not understanding. Okay, I'll ignore that comment right now. I will give you 5-10 minutes at the end. There you can ask me questions. Okay. Sorry. So your business analytics process starts from business understanding. Okay. So you need to first have an idea of what is the problem that you're trying to solve. Right? For example, what price should be fixed to boost revenues? Okay, what short product should be offered to what kind of customer? What are the bottlenecks you have? Correct. Examples I'm giving. Let's say, for example, in my company, the retention ratio. If you heard of the word retention, that means employees leaving, quite often. Employees are not staying for more than 18 months in a company. Correct. Or even in the stock market, how can I rebalance my investments? Correct. So these are all the business problems that we have. First, we need to define what business problem I need to resolve. All right. And then you need to understand the data. Now, again, the problem comes that you have a lot of data and you need some data. Correct. Now, you need to balance all the data that is available may not be useful for you. So that means you might have to mine the data and take out only what is required for you. Okay. And the data that you would require. Okay, so it depends on how much data is available, what is the quality of data that you have. Okay, granularity, or the how in-depth level of data that is available. What is the frequency of data? Okay, I mean, is it getting generated every minute? Is it getting generated once in a year, once in a month? What is the frequency? It depends on all of this. Your data understanding depends on all of this. Okay. Yeah, depending on what kind of, like, for example, what you do is you take a sandbox kind of an approach wherein you kind of work on the data in a sample mode and then you go live using the production approach. All right. So that's how you understand the data. That's the next step. The next step to that is data preparation. You need to prepare the data. For example, this example that you're seeing, sometimes what happens when you collect the data, gender should be either male or female. Suddenly you find something which is not, which is not a valid input. Okay. Or the date column has some data which is not in the correct format. All right. Maybe there's a missing value. Correct. Maybe the spelling is wrong. Okay. So, or there is no standard structure. Okay. And there are duplicate values. So you might have to spend little time in understanding the data itself. All right. Yeah. Okay. So, and then you need to do something called modeling. Okay. Data modeling. So what does data modeling means? You have a business problem and you have a set of data, right? Okay. What you need to do is you need to convert that into a model which you will solve using a tool. Okay. So this is where the understanding of business comes into picture. See, I'll tell you, I'll now directly get into what you need to think. Okay. You're all, I don't know, BCA students, right? As a BCA student, what knowledge will you have right now? You have knowledge on computers, correct? You have a knowledge on programming. You have about maybe a little bit of data, DBMS kind of a thing. So you have coding knowledge. Okay. Now the knowledge that you require to be a business analyst is the knowledge of how a business works. Correct? You need to be think like a businessman. What is the business problem? Okay, my sales I have to increase. How can I increase my sales? How can I increase my sales? For that, I need to develop a model. What are the factors that might increase my sales and how it will work? And then start with the data collection and everything. BCA and BSc students. Okay. Okay. So that is what is one of the major job of a business analyst. So once you develop the model, use the tools and techniques to generate this, visualization or interpretation. Basically, you need these outputs. Based on these outputs, you will generate the, I'm not just saying graphs, okay? It's not about generating graphs. It is about reading stories, okay? So every graph tells you a kind of story here, or it can be a simple number. You might come with a simple number of average customer satisfaction score. That is also a business, intelligence output, sorry, business analytics output, all right? So some sample architectures, again, I'm not getting into in detail. Traditional architecture of analytics would look something like this. You have a, different functional domains through which you will collect, you will extract the data, you will transform the data, and you will load it into a tool. Okay, I'll just deviate a little bit to show you one example. Okay, because I'm sure you all must be thinking it's a lot of theory that I'm talking. Let me show you some example. I will open one tool called Tableau. Okay, I'm sure most of you would have heard of it. Some of you can confirm to me if you're able to see my Tableau screen. Are you able to see this? Are you able to see my Tableau screen, all of you? Tableau is a white screen. There is some world map here and all that. Can yes, someone message here?
Yes, sir. Yes,
can
sir.
you
Yes,
see?
Sir.
Okay. See, I'm not teaching you Tableau here. I'm just giving you an example of what business analytics that we're talking about. Okay. So say, for example, I have some data here. Okay. This is the data of, a superstore. Okay. See, there are these customers who have, bought a lot of sales data. I will bring here. Okay. See, what I have is for each customer, how much of sales he has done is available. It's a drag and drop model. Okay. So let's say columns. I will put here. Okay. So for each customer, I'm able to see how much he has sold. So by looking at this, I can see that Mr. Adrian Barton seems to have purchased the maximum, product from me. So he is an important customer for me. Okay. This is one. Let's say I want to see, let's say I want to see region wise. Okay. Let's say segment wise. Okay. So it has, okay. So I can see that there are three segments: consumer customers, corporate customers, and home office customers, right? So maybe I can also use some color scheme. I can change it and I can say profitability. See, it's not just about graphs, okay? It is about a story. I'll tell you what. See, consumer segment, I have three categories of products. It's a superstore, okay? It's a retail market like Amazon, for example. For me, consumer segment is giving me the highest profits because I routed profits to the color column here. So that means darker color means it is generating a higher profit compared to home office segment. Okay, like this, we can generate. I'll tell you, let me go back here, maybe some other kind of graphs I'll show you. 1 minute. Okay, oh, just give me a minute. Your, I think screen sharing is gone. Okay, look at the kind of data that we have generated using the superstore data that we have. The data that I just showed you. See, here I'm able to see. Here I'm able to see region-wise sales. Region-wise sales I'm able to see. I'm also able to see what is the trend in sales. This is one example. Okay, let's say for example product-wise. Product-wise, I'm able to see the information here: consumer product, corporate, how to do, how to read this and all that. Of course, once you take up this course, you will learn. For me, the idea is to just demonstrate to you what business analytics means. Okay, what you had was an Excel sheet like this. The data what you have is an Excel sheet like this. Using this, can you interpret anything? Can you do anything using this? No. But by doing forecast techniques, by using some business analytics, by using this tool, I'm able to forecast. Can you see these things? Okay, these are my forecast for 2021-22. See, I have data from 2017 to 2020, and I'm doing some forecast. And this forecast has been done using some scientific method. It's not just simply somebody drew a graph. Correct? Now, isn't it a good information for a businessman to know what is the expected sales of a company? Okay, that too, what consumer wise, corporate wise, home office wise. This is one of the example that I could think of, I could give you when I'm talking about business analytics. Okay, this is a tool I'm talking about is the tool is Excel. Sorry, Tableau. What I've used is Tableau. Okay, so now let me go back. So that is what I was talking about. In traditional analytics, what you're doing is you are taking the data, extracting the data, transforming them, and loading it into a tool like Tableau, which is, you can call it as data warehouse. Using this, you're able to generate insights into the business. Okay, you also would have heard of big data analytics, which takes information mostly for the e-commerce websites where every minute you're generating some information. Twitter data, Facebook data, they can be analyzed using Hadoop. Hadoop does it into clusters, and Hadoop is another tool that you can learn to use. Okay, then Excel, Power BI, Power Pivot, Power Query, these are all again tools. Okay, these are all tools. Using the data generated, you can get some business insights. Okay, so once you become a business analyst, one, you need to know how to convert a business problem into an analytics problem. All right, and you should also know the usage of the tool. Okay, so I had these example case study. I will share these slides with you so you can learn. One second, let me quickly. Yeah, what are some tools which are highly used nowadays in for analytics? Just few of them I've listed here. Of course, Excel is the basic analytics tool that we definitely have. Things like pivot table, pivot charts are analytic tools. Power BI is Microsoft's Power BI. Power Business Intelligence is a tool. Tableau I just showed you. RStudio and Python is used for high-level programming-based analytics. Okay, even though they say programming, you don't need a programming knowledge to learn RStudio or a Python. For example, I am not a programmer by myself, but I have learned RStudio and Python. SQL is a data query, data mining tool that you can use. There are a lot of other tools are also available. Okay, once you choose to become a business analyst, is it that you need to learn all of them? Okay, no, you don't have to be an expert in all of them. Learn whichever is required for you, but you should be able to say that you have experience. You have experience of having worked in these. For example, this weekend you can do it. Say, for example, this weekend think that you're going to learn Tableau. Okay, so enroll into some online course. You visit on Tableau website actually. Okay, Tableau or even our website or Python website. There are lots of tutorials available. Take a tutorial, watch a YouTube video. Okay, and experiment yourself. And once you get into that, automatically the interest will generate, and you will be able to. Learn. Okay, so all you need to do is to gain some experience into using these tools. All right, so that's what it is. And finally, what career that you can look for? As you said, most of you are BCA and BCS. Okay, what is the kind of next step that you will be taking when you want to next? What will you do? Maybe you will do an MCA, maybe you'll do an MTech or MSc, correct? MSc in computers, correct? And there you're directly getting into the software or that kind of a zone, right? This is another option I'm presenting before you. Please do consider getting into business analytics, because wherever there is business, whichever company that you see is an opportunity for you to work for that company. Companies like Amazon, Flipkart are hell-bent on buying, recruiting a lot of these analysts, business analysts. Okay, of course they give you a lot of different designations like data analyst, business intelligence, etc. Okay, but largely I would say you are a domain expert. Okay, right now you're not a domain expert. Okay, right now you are IT. Okay, but you also need to have knowledge of business. Okay, so maybe an MBA would help you to gain the understanding of business. Okay, first of all, by now you would have understood everything is about business making profit. What is the objective of any business or a company? To make profit, correct? To make profit, the business needs to understand its customer. So the understanding of the customer can happen through this analytics tools. All right. So you also need a little bit of quantitative aptitude. May not be mathematics, but a basic arithmetic and a statistics kind of a knowledge. So a data analyst need to possess all this knowledge. So there are a lot of courses available, including even in the college where I work, IFM college also. We do offer MBA in business analytics. We conduct a lot of certification programs in analytics. It's like that. You have a lot of other courses available, but just think a little more about this domain also. Don't push away this as an option. Okay, see if you can develop your career or reroute your career from what you have got into now. You're not deviating completely. In fact, you're going to be doing much better than even what I did in business analytics, because I come from a commerce background and I moved to analytics. Correct? So you would do even better because you come from a computer knowledge already. So technology wise, you're already prepared. Okay. The only knowledge you need to gain is business and of course quantitative aptitude. That's generic. All of us have. So only thing that you might require is a business knowledge. So see if you can, think in these lines and explore these opportunities. One of the highly paid, and you can expect once you get into this domain, you can expect this domain will take care of your career for next 30 to 40 years, because that's the level of demand that is there for business analysts in the market out there. All right. So I'm going to stop here and let you know, give you some time to. Any of you have any questions I would like to take, because I've been talking all along. Maybe Akash, if you have a question, or anybody else have any question, or madam, I hope the session was what you were expecting to listen to, some interaction. Yeah.
Yes, the session was very good, sir.
Yeah.
Another 10 minutes we will take for Q&A session.
Yes, ma'am.
I will ask students to unmute themselves and ask
Sure, ma'am. Sure. I'll be available.
Students, you can unmute yourself. You have any query regarding data analytics, you can ask the speaker. You can unmute yourself and ask the doubts now. Students.
Any questions on anything that we have spoken? Okay, Grishma, please put your message as a message for everyone. Okay, you are sending me a private message. So there is one student who is asking me, in MBA, which course should we choose? Grishma, I'm not clear about your question. See, MBA itself is a course. MBA comes with specializations.
Yes, sir. She wants to know about
specialization.
Correct.
A good question. So MBA comes with, generally you go to any MBA program, they will generally offer course like MBA in finance, MBA in marketing, MBA in HR management, and MBA. Nowadays, including Bangalore University, we have started introducing MBA in business analytics. So if this is the area that you want to develop your knowledge into, then choose MBA in business analytics. What I have done is, my personal thing, I have done my MBA in finance and I have learned analytics separately. So wherever I go now, I introduce myself as finance and analytics specialist. So that is also another way. There you have to put extra effort. But my suggestion is, you can, one of whichever domain, let's say you want to do, let's say HRM and also analytics, choose one of them as a specialization in MBA, and also be prepared to do additional course on the other domain. Okay. So if you want purely to be a business analyst, my suggestion is do an MBA in business analytics. Hope that answers your question.
Students, anybody would like to ask any questions?
See, any questions, okay, forget about only business analytics, anything related to your career, your next, what step you have to take. If you have, I have some experience in education sector, so I should be able to give you some insights.
Sir, this data analytics tools you have taught, no, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Different data analytics tools.
Yes, ma'am.
For our current students, which tool you would like to suggest, sir, to give us a course? Tableau, R
Um,
programming.
yeah, basically, ma'am,
Ah,
the purpose, I'll tell you, the purpose of each of them, I've not mentioned that in the slide. For
okay.
example, Excel, Excel, of course, you leave it. All of us know
Yes,
Excel.
because
Power BI
since
and Tableau, I'll tell you.
ah,
I'm sorry to cut you off.
okay,
Power BI and Tableau are data visualization tools, ma'am. They are
okay.
mostly meant for, like I showed you Tableau right now, right?
Yes, yes,
That
yes,
is a
yes.
visualization tool wherein you have huge data that can be presented in a beautiful way and stories can be drawn out of it. That is data visualization. When it comes to R Studio, R Python, okay, they both
Ah,
are pure analytical tools. Okay,
okay,
so
okay.
wherein you do perform some calculations and you try to get some. For example, you want to do text analytics. You can do using, like, for example, I can take the Twitter, download. Let's say there is a hashtag, for example, hashtag BJP government in Karnataka. And something I'm just taking. I can take that hashtag, collect all the Twitter, tweets for that hashtag, and I can run the text analytics and create a word cloud and try to understand what is the sentiment of people about this particular hashtag, whether they're positive or negative. That is one. You can also do analytics of customer segmentation. I have huge, like 10,000 customers. I want to segment them into certain category. So that is one. So basically, you do a proper analytics in R programming Python. And of course, SQL, I think that you all know about data management and all that. So my suggestion to you would be to induce interest in the students. You can start with Power BI Tableau because they are not programming based. They're drag and drop model, easy to learn, very
Yeah,
interesting
yeah,
to learn. At
yeah, yeah. It
undergraduate
will.
level, I would suggest that. R
Yes.
programming Python requires some amount of in-depth understanding. Not that they're
Okay.
difficult. You can learn
Okay.
R programming very quick also,
Okay.
but that can be the second stage. So you can
Okay.
start with either Tableau and then go to R because it's an easy free software which is available, and it is equally good as Python. And between R and Python, that's another question. Actually, I was expecting students to ask me which one should we learn, R or Python. My answer to that is you learn R first. Okay, learning Python will take only 15% extra effort, 15 to 20%. If you learn R, Python can be learned by just putting that 20% extra effort. Or you learn Python and you can learn R by putting that. So they both almost work the same way. So you can claim that you know both of them. Right now, all of our objective, especially our students' objective, is to strengthen their resumes by telling that they know these tools. They have experience of working in these tools. Of course, nobody can say that we can be experts in these tools. Even I am not expert in any of these tools. But to say that I have worked in these tools, you need to do some projects. So that you can do on R also, you can do on Python also. So start with one and learn the other. So my suggestion is learn both of them. Between Power BI and Tableau, I would suggest Tableau. Tableau is really, really good because they give a lot of free data for you to work. And madam, for you, if you are personally, I don't know if you already know, you can ask for an academic version of Tableau. So which is, you don't have to really pay for that. So you can also enroll into a free e-learning module. They give you,
Okay.
you just have to give your college ID and take the subscription.
Okay.
That's
Okay,
it.
sir.
So
Thank
that's
you,
my
sir.
suggestion. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Students, any questions from your side, ma? Students, anybody?
Okay.
Okay, sir.
No, what I'll do, ma'am, I'm sharing my details in the slide. I'll share
Okay,
this slide to you also. My
sure.
phone number, my LinkedIn ID is also available. Any student want to connect with me for any kind of a request they have or some doubt they have personally, they want to talk to me, they're welcome to interact with me. I'm generally
Okay,
available between 6 to 7 p.m. in the evenings. I keep it for students. So
okay,
they can approach me. Of course, they can also contact me through you. You know
okay,
my contact details now.
okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
So thank you, ma'am. Thanks for the opportunity.
Sir,
Yeah.
1 minute, sir. We will have a formal vote of thanks and followed by group photo session.
Oh, okay.
Students, there will be a group photo session after vote of thanks. Sir, you can end your PPT, sir. So
Sharing. Okay. Sure, sure,
I
sure.
can take the pictures.
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
Yes, we will have a vote of thanks. I, Radhika, HOD, Department of Computer Science, would like to mention our deep sense of appreciation for Mr. Kiran Kumar for his explanation on business analytics and career prospects. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
I also extend my thanks to management, Principal Dr. B.S. Shrikanta and Vice Principal Professor Asha for their enormous cooperation in organizing today's webinar. At last, I thank all my student friends from final year BSc and BCA. Students, I would like to request all of you to switch on your video mode for group photo session. Please switch on your video mode. Students, there is a feedback link in the chat box. After this, you can, a group photo session, you can give your feedback. There is a feedback link in the chat box. You can give your feedback. Students, I request all of you to switch on your video mode for group photo session. Yes, good. Students, happy to see you after a long period of time. Good, good, good. Some more students, you have to switch on your video.
I think they did not expect this.
Karthik, Diksha, switch on your video. Shrujana, Chandan, you keep your phone when it is, yeah. Yeah. Good, good, good. Yes. Yes, ma. Yes. 2 minutes. Yes.
Chandan, keep your phone. You're looking ulta.
Chandan, rotate.
Yeah. Correct. Perfect. Students, please wait, ma. Yes.
Don't worry, Chandan, you're looking nice.
Students, Grishma, switch on your video. I have taken one more, I will take. Students, 2 minutes, ma. 2 minutes. Yeah. Yes. Grishma, switch on your video. Yes. Wait. Yes, ma. 1 minute. The another session I have to take. Shabir, Shrujana, switch on your switch on your video. One set I have taken, the other set I have to take. Roshan, Kaushik, switch on your video mode, ma. Yes. Wait. I will take a pic. Students, another set I want. Yeah. Praveen, Harshini, Vaishnavi, switch on your camera. Shalini, switch on your camera, ma. Devi, Bhavana, switch on. Yes. Students, finished. I have taken all the 3 screens photos. Students, you can give your feedback, which is in the chat box. After taking your feedback, I will stop this meeting. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, you have muted yourself. Unmute yourself,
Oh, okay.
sir.
Sorry. I was saying thank you. Thank you all. Can I leave, ma'am? Can I exit?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. All the best, students. Yeah.